Welcome. Thank y'all for joining me today. Yeah, here's Peanut. She had to come in here and say hello. You'll probably hear her flapping her ears because she's an ear flapper. But I'm Deborah, Stitching Granny at 17. Thank y'all so much for coming back. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope you can find some stitching or some quilting that might interest you today. I do have a little bit of haul, not much, just a little bit, and I thought I might show you that. So I guess we're gonna get on with things. I want to remind y'all that we have a featured designer. Our featured designer is Chrissy, finally a farm girl. She has a Etsy page, she has a YouTube page, and she has an Instagram page. So you can catch her at all three of those places. Her Etsy page, she sells her designs that she started creating this year. I believe it's around Easter. So don't forget to go check her out because there's still a discount. We just have a couple of days left, and I'll put the code right down here. Says Granny 17, and you can use that in the Etsy shop and get 17% off for just a couple of more days left. So hurry on over there and check it out. Hopefully this video will upload quickly, so it'll still be a couple of days left. Sometimes it takes a little longer, and if it does, I'm sorry, but she has been very generous to us by offering a discount to all my viewers. So go check it out. Let me go ahead and tell you who the winner is for this time. And I'm sorry I made it so difficult because I wanted you to go check out Chrissy's YouTube channel. And I wanted you to look for a clue. And the clue was Randy and Philip. They went to Joann's Fabrics to get Chrissy some DMC floss. And really the only word I was looking for was floss. So I did make it a little difficult, and I apologize for it. Hopefully this week it'll be a little bit easier. So the winner of this week's design, which is Sweet Treats, and I'll place that right here so you can see what you won. It's going to Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. So Nancy, if you will email me, my email address is down in the drop box, stitchinggranny17@gmail.com. Send me an email and I'll send it over to Chrissy and she'll get that right out to you. So congratulations. We have another contest for this week, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. I don't want to give it all out at the beginning. I have some fully finishes and I have some finishes. The first fully finished that I have is by It's So Emma, and it's Sleigh Ride Cross Stitch. And I decided to turn mine into a pillow. And here's the pillow. So I just put a little frame around it, and then I used some fabric that would kind of blend in a little bit, and I sewed this right up against the stitching because I wanted it to look like it was made that way. And then here's the back of the pillow. I put some of the fabric that's on the front as the flap, and there's my zipper. This is a 12-inch pillow, and I did not have a pillow form, so all I did was stick some polyfill in there. I buy a 10-pound box at one time, and if I'm lazy and don't feel like making a pillow form or buying one, I just stick some polyfill in there. And here on the corner or on the sides, I did some rickrack, some red rickrack. And I already had this binding left over from a quilt, and it happened to be just enough for this pillow. So I thought that worked out really good. Now, for some of the finishes that I have, This finish, I changed my mind. I was going to do this one. So it is a finish in my book, but not in Chrissy's patterns. But I got a bright idea of what I'm gonna do. The Night Before Christmas, and this pattern is by our featured designer, Chrissy, finally a farm girl. And my idea of this is I'm gonna do Santa as a stand-up. I'm gonna do Mrs. Claus as a stand-up. I'm gonna do the tree as a stand-up. Now I'm gonna have to make my own pattern in some areas of the tree so that I can make it a stand-up. So in turn, I believe I'm going to turn the mice in a stand-up. And the way I want to make it look is like a little mouse hole in a wall. So I'm going to have to put some fabric around it and make it look like a mouse hole. You know what, Tom and Jerry, the old-timey cartoon? Well, sometimes I think they would peek in there and they would be in bed or doing other stuff in the mouse hole. So I thought, how neat if I made these into stand-ups and I can change the position of them. So it's just an idea. We'll see how it works. So that's one finish. The next finish with Chrissy, and I haven't put this, I'm making it into a pillow. And this is the one that we're giving away today, the contest for today, that I'm going to give you the key word to use. I'm turning this one into a pillow, and this is how I work. This is just old fabric somebody gave me. I didn't think I would ever use it in a quilt, so I use it for backing, especially when I do my pillows. So I did this pillow the same way as the other pillow. And then I go ahead and quilt a piece for the top part and quilt a piece for the bottom. Then I sew my little flap on, and then I sew the zipper on. And that's what the back looks like. And I like my pillows quilted because it makes it more sturdy. They seem to last longer that way. You can either do crosshatch quilting or you can do free motion. And this one's just free motion. And I ran out of rickrack. So I've got to go to Hobby Lobby. Oh, go figure. My husband loves to take me to Hobby Lobby. So I've got to go to Hobby Lobby and get some more rickrack, and then I can complete the pillow. And I will complete it the same way that I did the other pillow because I still have some striped fabric. Now with whips. Last week, I showed that I was working on Scarecrow Jack. And a friend of mine said, how neat would it be to turn Scarecrow Jack into a stand-up? That might be pretty cute too. I'm liking all these different ways of finishing rather than just frames, all pillows. So I'm liking the idea of stand-ups. So I got to work some on the coop. I'm not finished yet because I'm mainly working on Christmas in July. I was able to work on this last Thursday evening after the floss tube, recording it. So I did get some work on it. I want to get this finished before the end of the month so I can fully finish it. When I worked on last Friday, I started on Letters to Santa by Fat Quarter Shop. So I started on it, and I really wasn't sure if I wanted to do the green and the blue. I thought maybe I might just do a cane to cane effect and do red and white. But anyway, I started it. And I always start mine in the bottom left. So let me turn it that way. So when I took it out of the hoop, because I wanted to move on to something else, I said I started too far up. It was going to put me about right here. I'd have about an inch. And I really didn't like this fabric. It was a little stiff. I said I need to wash it first over edge it and then I can wash it. So I'll take these stitches out and wash the fabric and make it softer. But I went ahead and got some more fabric, and this is where I got to. Now the new part came out today, so I need to spend a little bit of time on this, and I'll get there. And I'm hoping this week to start Chrissy's other pattern, a Rudolph Celebrate. That's all that I've been working on with cross stitch. I want to show some of what my haul is, but before I show my haul, let me go ahead and tell y'all how to enter in for Mrs. Claus and Company. That was the one that I did earlier that I showed you that I'm turning into a pillow. So Mrs. Claus and Company is gonna be for the prize today. And in the comments, I want you to write chart and then go to Chrissy's Etsy shop and name the chart that you like the best. But you have to have chart. I'm doing quotations, but you don't have to have quotations. You can do a line, you can do a comma, you can just not do anything. Just leave a space and then tell me the name of the chart that you like best of Chrissy's. And I'm doing this because I want you to go to her shop and take advantage of this discount that she's offering. And it's Granny 17. So don't forget, go to Chrissy's Etsy shop, Finally a Farm Girl. Just go into Etsy shop. At the top, you can do a search for Finally a Farm Girl, and it'll pull up her shop, and you can go in there and look at her chart. She doesn't have a lot. She's got several. So I would say maybe under 15 anyway. So it's not like it's going to take you all day to decide what chart you like the best. So don't forget, write chart, a space, comma, or something, and then the name of the chart that you like the best. That way, this will give Chrissy a general idea of what people are liking. On Instagram on the 4th, Annabella's was doing a giveaway, and she was posting questions, getting you to answer it, and I believe she did 3 of them, and then she was going to have a drawing. Well, it ended up where everyone that participated won. And she had you choose chart 1, 2, or 3. I chose chart 1, and so I got this. This is a bunch of patriotic things. I think it's a beautiful stitch. I'm going to be stitching some of these up next month, and I'm hoping her fall designs are out so that I can stitch that, because that's mainly what I want to stitch in August. I've got some more haul. Today from Fat Quarter Shop, I received my Scrappiness is Happiness book. And if you ordered from Fat Quarter Shop, you got to get this book also. So I really would like to make this spool quilt and use a lot of her 6-inch blocks and put them in the spools. I've been wanting to make a spool quilt for quite a long time. Then last week, when my husband went to Hobby Lobby with me to help find something for that summer by Puccini that I finished, I forgot to show what else I got. I got 2 baskets, and they were 75% off. One of them was like $3-4. So these baskets were expensive. I could have got the set of 3 and still came out cheaper than buying one of them. And so then I got this larger one, and I thought maybe I could put a design on the front. I could put a smaller design on this one. I thought they were neat. So I like to check out their 75% off because that's really an awesome deal. From Sambry Stitches, Becca, I got this design. She's got some really cute designs in her Etsy shop too. And I love bees. So go check out Becca at Sambry Stitches. I got my new design from Shannon Christine Designs. I signed up to receive the 12 days of Christmas. She sends you 2 days a month. I have not started on this yet. It's my plan to, but right now I'm trying to focus on Chrissy's, and then I'll move on to other things, because I'm going to be stitching Christmas between now and Christmas at least 1 week a month starting in August. And if I have to, I'll go to 2 weeks a month. And then Lisa, the Kindred Stitcher, she had a giveaway, and I won this. It's a little sampler, Rose City sampler. I can't wait to get started on this. I'll probably start this one right about Christmas time when I stop stitching on Christmas. I'm wanting to get into doing more samplers. That's going to take a little bit of time. So far, some of the big projects really haven't turned into really big projects, but that's okay. If I have to, I'll go into higher counts just to slow down a little bit. Enjoy the process rather than having so much outcome, which I do enjoy the outcome, don't get me wrong, we all do. But sometimes you can get overwhelmed by having so much that's already finished. Then from Fat Quarter Shop, I got in the mail my Lori Holt stitch cards. So I've got to start these so I can stay caught up. Now, this one right here is little teeny strawberries and flowers. It's really cute. All of them are cute. They're cute as a button. And I want to come up with some more ideas of changing some of them up rather than just doing single pillows. Maybe do sets of 4, maybe down in a row, maybe, different ways. I'll come up with something. We're going to move on to quilting. What have I been doing with quilting? The first thing I started in the quilting is the Cozy Christmas. Remember I said I wanted to do at least 3 blocks a week. I got the 3 blocks done and I got them sewn down. Now my door's a little crooked, but you got to know me. I don't want to go for perfection. If I go for perfection, and I'm getting tongue-tied, I'm sorry. If I go for perfection, then I expect everything to be perfect. So purposely trying to put something a little wonky, to me, is just relaxing and enjoying the process. So here's one of them I did, the gingerbread house, and I already got the embroidery on there. I don't have the buttons on there yet because I want to trim this down and make the stars that go around before I add the buttons. But I will add the buttons before I make it into an entire quilt. The next one I worked on is the bell. And mostly I'm just using scrap fabrics that I have. A lot of them are Lori Holt, some of them aren't. But I want to do the stars mainly with the Christmas fabrics. And I'm doing the vintage Christmas, and I bought the kit, and I know there's going to be leftovers. So I'm not going to turn the Cozy Christmas into the finished blocks yet, because I'm trying to finish up the vintage Christmas so that I can use the leftovers in making the stars. Here's the tree. And what I did with the tree is I took DMC floss, red, and I wrapped it around the rickrack. So it's kind of like a candy cane effect. More white than red. I could have used red rickrack and wrapped it with white, but it's okay. I think it looks good. Then as far as the vintage Christmas, I only have 2 blocks that are completed, but I have 3 already cut out for me to sew. And here's one of the blocks that I got to. This is the bell. And I think as soon as I finish the ones that I have cut out, I'll have 18 blocks done. And then here's the skate. And I already have the embroidery done on it. Trying to get to where I'm doing these as I go because I don't want to forget. Because have you ever put a quilt together and say, oops, I forgot to do some hand embroidery? I have. Well, I went back and did the hand embroidery after it was already quilted. It's just a process of burying the knot so it's not seen and it's in between the layers. It can be done. If you've done any hand quilting, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's pretty much all that I have to show today. I want to thank y'all for coming. Right now, I'm going to get into a little bit of Bible study. And this one, well, all of them are meant for my grandchildren. So when they go back and watch this, they're getting the word from their grandma. So today's scripture, I'm taking it from Matthew 6, and we're starting at verse 8. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions. Vain repetitions, what are they? It's useless words, words that don't have any meaning. You're not taking it to heart. You're using words just to use them for a show. And we don't want to do that. So it says, but when ye pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him. After this manner therefore pray ye. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. A lot of times when we're told about vain repetitions, I remember hearing something when I was a kid, and it's like, it's okay to pray this prayer that's repetitive when you're a child, but you don't need to do that when you're later. I think what it means is if we're doing it and we do it from the heart, that we're okay. Because a lot of times when we pray for our food, pray God's blessing on our food, sometimes we are repetitive. We can change it up a little bit, but as long as we are feeling it from the heart and we're saying it, it's not vain repetition, because vain repetition is useless words that really have no meaning. So when you pray, make sure you pray from your heart. Thank y'all for watching today. Have a blessed weekend. I hope everyone had a safe 4th of July. God bless.